What happens when a celebrity tour turns into a circus? When chaos replaces professionalism? And when paying fans are left shaking their heads in disbelief? Welcome to Katie Price's 2025 tour, and it's already being called one of the most shambolic spectacles in recent memory. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe right now, because this is just the start. And in the weeks ahead, we'll bring you more explosive celebrity stories you won't see anywhere else. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just embarrassing for Katie Price, it's downright shocking. The tour that started in chaos, Katie Price and Kerry Katona set off on their An Evening With tour. 33 dates across the UK, a chance to cash in on their fame, and for fans, a chance to get up close and personal with the chaos queens of reality TV. But from the very beginning, things started going wrong. In Ellesmere Port, Katie arrived more than 2 hours late. Fans had been waiting in their seats, drinks bought, babysitters paid for. But no Katie. When she finally did show up, she brushed it off. She blamed traffic. She blamed caring for her son, Harvey. And then, she only stayed on stage for 35 minutes. 35 minutes for fans who had paid full price. No wonder people were furious. But this was just the start. Because what came next was even worse. Fast forward to Whitley Bay. The curtain goes up at 7:30. Kerry Katona is there. But Katie Price, missing again? Instead, audiences were treated to something surreal. Katie Price on FaceTime. Yes, the headline act of a national tour tried to beam herself in from the back of a car. The connection cut out. Her face froze mid-sentence. It was chaos. Kerry awkwardly sang Whole Again by Atomic Kitten. She forgot half the words. The audience sang along, half laughing, half groaning. And when Katie finally arrived at 9:30, over 2 hours late, she waltzed on stage with a shrug. Her excuse? It took me 9 hours to get here. And her response to angry fans? Sorry, at least no one died. The audience gasped. Some laughed. Others stormed out demanding refunds. One fan called it a joke. Another said it was the final straw. But the truth is, this was only one disaster in a whole string of disasters. Katie Price has built a reputation, and not the kind any performer would want. She was booked to headline Milton Keynes' Pride. She canceled at the last minute. Her excuse? She was filming. But within hours, she was spotted partying at Chloe Ferry's 30th birthday. She canceled Barnsley Pride, canceled Glasgow Pride, pulled out of other appearances just hours before showtime. Organizers have branded her unreliable. Fans feel betrayed. And yet, the tour rolls on. But how much longer can it last? And how many fans are willing to hand over their money, knowing there's a chance Katie won't even turn up? Friends fear a meltdown. Behind the scenes, things are just as worrying. Insiders say Katie is spiraling out of control. One source put it bluntly, she's partying 1 minute and skipping commitments the next. They claim she's burning herself out. They say her loved ones have seen this pattern before, and they fear it will only end one way. Katie, they insist, doesn't seem to care. Not about the venues, not about the organizers, not even about the fans. And here's the thing. When you start letting down paying audiences, your career can only go in one direction. As if the human chaos wasn't enough, there's the animal chaos. Katie recently announced that her designer cat Doris had given birth to 4 kittens, but the kittens fell dangerously ill. One died. The rest ended up in emergency care. The RSPCA even issued a warning, stressing that newborn kittens should never be dragged around the country. They need stability, they need safety, they need their mother. But Katie, she's been bringing them along on the tour, in cars, in dressing rooms, in hotels. It's become yet another scandal in her long, troubled history with animals. And fans are asking the same question. If she can't care for her pets properly, how can she possibly manage a chaotic 33-date tour? Let's talk about the fans. because ultimately, they're the ones paying the price. At Whitley Bay, some waited more than 2 hours before Katie even showed her face. At Ellesmere Port, people demanded money back after just 35 minutes of performance. And at Liverpool, things got so rowdy that police were called. Security had to throw out hecklers. The show stopped mid-performance. Fans cheered as troublemakers were escorted out, but the night was already ruined. The result? Refund demands, bad press, and a growing feeling that this tour isn't just unlucky, it's cursed. Time and again, Kerry has been left to carry the show. She's walked on stage alone. She's padded out the schedule. She's dealt with the awkward silences. At Whitley Bay, Kerry had to kill time with sing-alongs and chatter while Katie FaceTimed from the motorway. At other venues, Kerry has apologized on stage, trying desperately to keep the crowd on side. But even Kerry can only do so much, because this isn't an evening with Kerry Katona. People paid to see Katie Price, and they're not getting what they paid for. When you step back and look at the big picture, the pattern is impossible to ignore. Late arrivals, no shows, canceled gigs, excuses that don't add up, and a casual attitude towards fans who just want a good night out. This isn't just bad luck. This is a career falling apart in real time. And the saddest part? Katie doesn't seem to see it. She shrugs. She laughs. She says, "At least no one died." But for her fans, this is no joke. It's their money, their time, their loyalty, and they're running out of patience. So where does this leave Katie Price's tour? Will it limp on city by city with more cancellations and more chaos? Will fans keep buying tickets, hoping she might actually show up on time? Or will this be remembered as the moment her career truly hit rock bottom? Because here's the brutal truth. Katie Price is no longer the bankable star she once was. Her scandals overshadow her talent. Her excuses overshadow her performances. And her chaos overshadows everything else. Katie Price's tour was meant to be a comeback, a chance to rebrand, to reconnect with fans, to prove she still had star power. Instead, it's become a catalog of disasters, a series of excuses, and a headline writer's dream. FaceTime performances, 2-hour delays, canceled gigs, sick kittens, and fans demanding money back. This isn't a comeback, it's a cautionary tale. But what do you think? Is Katie Price truly spiraling out of control, or is she just unlucky? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget, hit subscribe right now for more sensational celebrity stories. From explosive feuds to shocking scandals, this is where you'll get the truth behind the headlines. Because if Katie Price's tour has proven one thing, it's that behind every glitzy poster and flashing spotlight, chaos can be just around the corner.